What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So someone contacted me and made a proposition for a trade. And it's very interesting, and I think the statues they're proposing fit my collection better. And they look great. I've seen one of them in person. That's fantastic. So let's talk about what would go out and what would potentially come in. So what would go out is a Lita bust and a Lita 1/4, which would make my whole transitioning this wall a lot easier. You know, we could, obviously free up a lot of stuff. But we'd be getting this. So first we would be getting an entire Pinhead Hellraiser collection. So what you're getting is, this is by Gary Standercliffe. I can't remember the last name. Tundercliffe. The guy who worked on the movies. So you get this bust of Pinhead, which also has a dual character on the back. So I'd put this on a Lazy Susan so you could easily rotate it. You can see it has like that cube right here. Looks to be about 20 to 24 inches tall. Then you get the cube itself. I don't know if it comes with this little display stand. I'm thinking maybe. You get this Souls statue thing, which looks really cool. I don't know the name of all these characters. I've seen these movies. I like them. My wife loves them. She watches them, I swear, weekly. You get this character as a wall mount. And this character, the female companion of him. So that is the first part. The second part is Medusa. So with ARH Medusa leaving the collection, this would be a great one to add to the collection to still give me a Medusa. Obviously, much higher quality, bigger, more presence. Also a much different concept. This one is like kind of a cobra head with kind of a split mouth. Open mouth, huge piece. Like this thing is ginormous, folks. It is like 40 plus inches tall to the top of this. I've seen it in person. It's fantastic. It is ginormous. That is an understatement. Now, let's talk about potential display options for this. Because this definitely is a very, appealing trade to me for several reasons. One, I've always wanted this Medusa. She is generally kind of a pricey piece. She goes anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500. If I was to guess on these, I would say that's probably anywhere from $750 to $1,000, maybe $250, maybe $100, maybe $100. He said this is a one-off, like it's the only one in existence. If that's the case, I'd probably put her at maybe $1,000. I would need to know the material, if there's glass eyes. They look great in all the photos he sent me. And this one does have a character on the back. Let me show you that. Alrighty, so here is more photos. So you can kind of see, the detail of Pinhead. Looks really good. That cat is also really cool. Oh, no, that. We'll go this way. Yeah, so there is Chatterbox or Chatter. So basically you can just turn the bust around and you have this guy. So that's a two-part bust, which is very cool. More pics of Hellraiser himself. So yeah, that looks great, I think. I guess that's the under part of the bust. I think it's signed by the original actor as well. And then that chick, don't know her name, the Souls, which is really cool looking. There she is. So boobies, wires connecting the skin. Her skin on top of her skull is being pulled down. You can literally see the top of her skull. And then Medusa. Yeah, Medusa's sick. So here's what I'm kind of thinking. So we do this wall how we always kind of planned it. Lowering that, putting Hellboy up top, move Red Sonja, Vampirella. Now the initial plan was, I want to make this pure horror, and I wanted to say all AVP, but if we keep this as is, we would need to if we did this, because we would need to put Medusa bust, basically like right there. Now, base-wise, she wouldn't take up the whole thing. But I would put Medusa there. Now, Medusa bust would actually pair great with my Cyclops bust, which is the one piece I don't have a buyer for. So I'd actually keep the Cyclops and maybe try to pair it with Medusa up there. I don't know if it would fit, maybe. But Cyclops would pair excellent with that Medusa. You know, they're both Greek mythology creatures. So I'd just pair them. I'd keep Cyclops, sell everything else. You know, we have to move Game of Thrones. You know, I was thinking, I got a lot of different ideas, but either where Hulkbuster's at or middle room. But Medusa bust with Cyclops, and probably just do the Pinhead setup right there. You know, do the two busts with the wall mount in the middle and the props. It'd fit right there. You do Pinhead there, move Chucky to where Pan's Labyrinth is, and, you know, still have space for like Candyman and Pumpkinhead 1/3. And we upgrade to the Pumpkin 1/3, which is actually about 2 inches taller, but I'd lower that shelf to the ground. So it'd be about as tall as that. It'd be a lot deeper, so I'd have to angle it like this, you know, so the hand doesn't like stick out as you're, I mean, that's not really a walkway, but I would want to angle it so the hand only sticks out maybe like 3 inches from the shelf. So have it pushed back, lowered, angled like this with Candyman right there. And then you do Medusa and Cyclops. Now you could also do Medusa and Cyclops on this wall, but like I said, Medusa is a top shelf only piece. She is ridiculously big. Now you could maybe even fit Medusa where Pennywise is and do Pennywise and none over here like planned. You could do Chucky, you could do Pinhead with, you know, Pumpkinhead. You know, that could technically work. And then you do Medusa and Cyclops right there. There's a few different ideas, but I do know I have always wanted that Medusa bust for the longest time. I saw it in person at a collector's house. So funny what happened with him. He ended up becoming a scammer, believe it or not. Huge collector out of California. Not going to say his name, but you probably know who he is. Anyways, I saw Medusa at his house. I was actually sleeping in a room at his like trailer home, and Medusa was right next to me the whole time. I thought it was super sick. Back then, you know, my collection was a lot of 1/4. I didn't have a ton of life-size busts, so I wasn't as into busts at the time. My only bust actually back then was PCS Mortal Kombat. That was like literally it, and Kratos. I had like 3 life-size busts, where now I have like 50. So I'm much more into busts now, and I can say that Medusa has always been of high interest to me. So I'm definitely very interested. The question begs, do we want to sacrifice Alita, which is arguably one of the best busts ever made? You know, most people will say that. She is a phenomenal bust, but a lot of people have also said that she does not fit my collection. Especially this room, which is like horror, monsters, creatures. What is an anime live-action movie character doing here? Now, my argument is she is a female warrior, and that goes with Khaleesi. I feel like, you know, they pair pretty good. They're both badass females that were in the movies, you know, so I feel like this does work. Like, I enjoy looking at Alita every single day. She's fantastic. She has a sword. She's not very big. You know, she's like, what is she, 30 inches tall or something like that? Medusa would be 10 inches taller, much overall bigger. But, of course, this is higher quality. It's silicone glass size. Some of the best glass size in the business. Absolutely phenomenal bust. So, it would be sad to see her go. But I do think Pinhead and Medusa would fit my collection better. In terms of a trade, so we're trading Alita Bus, which retails about $3,000. Alita DX, which is $1,000, no plus shipping. And her retail was $3,000. I don't know her going price right now, but I think it's about $3.5 or $4,000. So, I mean, you could call this anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000 worth of stuff. And the Medusa bust, I mean, she generally goes for about $2,500 to $3,000. So I'd say she's $3,000. Pinhead, like I said, he's probably like $800 to $1,000, and everything in that Pinhead display could be upwards of $2,000 to $2,500. So it could arguably be about $6,000 worth of statues, I would say. So in terms of who's coming out more on top, I would say I'm getting the better end of the deal, you know, in this particular trade. And this is a collector I definitely trust, so it's not like I'm worried about scamming or whatnot. Because trade is always, of course, very risky. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is this a trade that Flankster should consider, doing? I definitely love that Medusa bust. I really like the idea of getting her. I've always liked her. She'd be super sick. Super huge bust. Like she is a big bust. I'm telling you, she's huge, folks. Very detailed. Very cool. I believe she actually has 2 mouthpieces, if I remember. I'm going to rewatch another video review. I think there's video reviews as well of the pinhead. I've seen a few collectors on that pinhead. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to watch some more reviews and really think it out if this is something that would work for me. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.